home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out. Trey Cluxton right.
Get out, ball later! He might have missed it! Got it wrong from Jordan Rice! And that's the shot! That's all on the play!
Steps on second, flips over to first, and he does it! Oh my Lord, Zach Inouye, a solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip goes to Bartlesville, walked off the season.
Get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jake Oldham! That ball's in play. Goes back, Keen McKay! Nakatoma's Playhouse makes the grab! He's heading home. Oh, he's out! He's gonna be out! I like it! That ball is absolutely tattooed! And what a roll! What a roll from Keen McKay!
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWA 2025 regular season action. We have a good one between the Southern Stingers sitting at 2-1 against the Central Cyclones at 0-3, trying to rebound. I'm Jack Blales, joined by Jack Keineke. And let's get right into actually the interview with Molly Foley as Max Melendez over at first base. Molly, take it away.
Wednesday night here in Edmonds. We couldn't ask for a better conditions here tonight as we start off our series with the Cyclones and the Stingers. I'm joined with a new Cyclones member tonight, Max Melendez. And Max, I understand you might be our starting pitcher tonight on the mound.
Yep, that's correct. Just got to come out and throw strikes, rocket fire from the mound.
So it crossed my mind that the Cyclones came off to a rough start to the season, perhaps getting swept in their opening series. What's the plan to bounce back tonight?
Yeah, the plan to bounce back is just to mix up our pitches, right? Last time I was just getting settled into things. I was mainly relying on my riser to get first pitch strike, and they were just hitting it up and out. So today is really just mix up the pitches and not let them figure out what we're throwing.
Now, before the game, Max, you were telling me that you actually joined AWA from a different Seattle Wiffle Ball league. How has the welcome to AWA been so far?
So far, it's been good. The only difference I really noticed is the speed limit. In the Seattle Wiffle Ball League, it was a 70-mile-per-hour limit, and here it's 60. So we're just trying to get it adjusted to throwing a little bit slower and being more precise. And I would say throw a lot more junk. You know, you can't just beat people by throwing fast here.
All right, I look forward to seeing you fine-tune it tonight up there on the mound.
Thank you.
I'm going to toss it back up to both the Jacks in the booth to get us started.
Thank you, Molly. And with that, let's take a look at the starting lineups.
Jackson Carr, I'm him.
Zane Phillips, Mount Lake Terrace High School.
Max Melendez, Blazers. Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
Brock Playhouse, Self-Learning.
Salou Fati, Washington.
And with that, the Cyclones are actually unmanned today. They have 3 people. Brock Playhouse, Drew Tenzar, Salou are all not here. So we'll see what they can overcome here. It might be helpful to have Zane Phillips have some extra at-bats in today's game. Let's take a look at the Southern Stingers starting lineup.
Peter McNeil, Eastern Washington University.
Jordan Rice, University of the Westgate Cougars.
Liam McFeely, Kimball Elementary.
Cole Blevins, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Barrett Carlo, Meadowdale Middle School.
And with that, we are ready to get first pitch underway. Jordan Rice will step in. Max Melendez on the mound. Jack, what are the keys for Max here to get that ERA down?
I was talking to him about having the low arm slot, just like he did there to throw that first strike. And honestly, just try to maybe hover below the radar gun, because sometimes he does like to throw a bit hard.
Yeah. That ball is popped up to Jackson Carr, and if they're going to play with 3 players today, they're going to take as many of those as they can get.
No, easy routine there. Nice pop-up, good to get a good first out. Confidence is now going high for him. You can tell he's already got a strut.
Yeah, the first out's always the most important. And already after that first out, ERA's dropped to 20.5, so 4 ERA points dropping after 1 out. Liam McFeely will step in.
I was chatting to him, nice guy.
And he's hitting pretty nice too, hitting .500, still looking for that first RBI and home run as a player in the AWA.
Garfield grad as well, so you know he definitely knows how to play his ball. Seems to have a pretty casual stance. Max, I think, needs to focus on that low arm slot again. Hard to remember these kind of things, but he's got a good strike there.
Liam McFeely, a very patient hitter, has quite a bit of walks to begin the 2025 campaign. Did not go.
Did not go.
The Blues talking to the production booth.
I'd say that was the right call, though, by yourself, Jack.
Does not go, so he will get on with a walk. First base runner of the day. Once again, that pitch, even though it was a ball, was over the speed limit, so we're going to hope Max can kind of dial it down here.
Like I said, he might have gotten a little overconfident on that first out. I think forgot to lower the arm slot, like I was saying earlier, but it's only 1 man on, and refocus himself here.
These new players coming in, there's been some concerns about the consistencies of the balls, which is an issue all these players in the AWA have faced at some point. None of these balls are scuffed identically. It's kind of impossible to do.
I only spent 1 year playing in the Seattle Wiffle League, but I can say that was my biggest gripe. That's a great pitch by Max, but
Peter McNeil will step in. 2-1 count, and Peter McNeil off to a pretty solid start offensively.
Nearly a good play by yourself. 2-2.
Almost. 2-2 count.
Oh,
That'll
watch
hit.
out. Heads up. Don't take it
Peter right on
personally.
the head there. Full count.
Oh, wow. That's
Speed check right there. 64, so new life for Peter McNeil. He's a veteran. He can tell when a pitch is over the speed limit. Fouled off into the Aaron Schofield tree there.
just fighting it off. That's tough to take as a pitcher when it is hard to throw strikes as a new pitcher as well. But like you said, experienced hitter. Making it difficult.
Peter McNeil has 1 home run this year.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he'll strike out right there, top of the zone. A little bit of a change up there at 57 for the second out. Now Cole Blevins will step in. Cole Blevins, one of the hottest hitting players on this Stingers team. 500 has an RBI, so he's gonna
definitely went there.
Tough swing right there. 0-1. This is the Stingers' MO. Not great hitting, but really gets backed up by the pitching. One of the best duos between Jordan Rice and Peter McNeil. Jordan Rice will get the start as that ball's in play over to Jackson Carr, and he'll make the out. So the Cyclones get out of the inning undamaged, and we head into the bottom of the first. 0-0 remains the score.
I thought that was a pretty solid inning from Max there. Like I said, maybe got a little overconfident after the first out, but dialed back in, dealt with a tough at bat from McNeil there. Easy plays, well made by also only having 3 players too. I mean, perhaps like you mentioned before, maybe when you have fewer players, it's easier to both hit and maybe pitch.
So Jordan Rice on the mound, one of 2 players in the AWA currently in 2025 without an earned run. So nice hot start for Jordan.
I saw him warming up. I did like some of his stuff. He was throwing hard, but he could show that he could hit the zone without having to throw hard, compared to my friend Max, who, like I said, does like to teeter above the speed limit.
Unfortunately, he'll face Zane Phillips, second in Silver Slugger last year, narrowly missed out on the award to Mark Campanero.
Those are 2 nice pitches right below 60 as well. That's where you want to be.
That ball's in play over to Peter McNeil, knocks it down, throws over to first. Now, I don't know if it would have been in time anyways, but still a solid
on that
play
one
there.
out. Nearly a great play there. Also, fair play by Zane there to hit with the 2 strikes after 2 very good pitches straight away from Jordan.
So now Jackson Carr steps in, 1 home run on the year, hitting 250. A little bit lower average than he wants to be, but power's on par. And if Jordan Rice continues to throw strikes with that knuckleball, it's going to be a tough day for this Cyclone team. It's always kind of the biggest question with him, if he can land that knuckleball.
Seems like he has more than just the knuckleball. Do you know what else he...
Yeah, he's got a bit of a drop ball. And then everyone usually has that slider, but no one really has a knuckleball like Jordan Rice, but just the mechanics of the knuckleball and wiffle ball. Like you see right there, strike 3, a nasty pitch. But it's just so tough to consistently throw a strike with these balls with a knuckleball, because you never know where it's going. I don't think Jordan knows where it's going.
I definitely did not enjoy it. My 1 year of playing in another league, I definitely did not enjoy the knuckles or even any of the screw. Anything that went top down in the zone, no fun to hit.
So now Max Melendez will step in. They're pitching a solid inning.
Really dented the zone there on that strike. He pitches with good pace as well, Jordan.
Max hitting 429 on the early year. So the offensive power's been there for the second overall pick. That's a nasty pitch right there to make it full. Bit of a half swing right there. Does well. That looked like it most likely would have been a strike.
Do you usually see fresh players come into the league, you know, figuring it out when they first start hitting, or is it
it's
mixed bag?
Mixed bag, yeah. Definitely the players coming in this year have seen a little bit more success early as that ball's fouled out of play. Pitching's always a little bit different just
that
because
seems harder.
The hard speed limit. Most wiffle ball pitchers coming in are used to throwing as hard as they want. So it's a little bit of an adjustment, as you can see with Max.
What I found is it's almost easier to make it move when you can throw harder, even if you don't even know what you're exactly throwing when you can throw it hard. It's easy to find movement that way, but with the 60, you really have to know what you're doing. And that was a nasty pitch.
Nasty pitch right there for strike 3. Jordan Rice picking up right after a great week 1, coming in, throwing strikes in week 2. Final game of week 2. Week 3 kicks off next Monday. St. Phillips grounder to Jordan Rice, and he'll throw it over to Cole Blevins for the out, and that'll do it for the first inning as we head to the top of the second. 0-0 remains the score. So here we go. Max Melendez back out on the mound. Do this right, this. Max Melendez a solid first inning, and this is usually how the Stingers games go. Usually very low scoring. We're hoping to get a little more offensive production from their new class coming in, as that's fouled out of play.
Two early strikes there, and I think you said the Stingers were struggling with hitting, but it seems like they have a great pitcher in Jordan Rice.
1 and 2, and Jordan Rice, one of the more unlucky hitters in the league. It seems like every game he's got a few hits directly, hard hit balls to a fielder. So that average we're seeing isn't necessarily a reflection of how well he's hitting. 222 on the year. Got him swinging. Strike 3.
A lot of movement on these from Max. As a friend of his and probably having an inside source on this, I would say maybe watch a few go by, force him to throw a few strikes. My advice to the Stingers and this very nice guy who I met before the game, Liam. And also with a great surname, a great last name, McFeely.
Yeah, and when we're looking at kind of the week 1 stuff Max Melendez had, he had 15 walks in week 1, so if that gives you any idea of what kind of control he's got going into this game. Hopefully it's improved, but so far it looks like he's worked on down in some of those pitches.
Well, he's mixing in the strikes, and that's what can be hard, is that if you would want to see maybe a few balls go by to be confident enough.
That ball's popped up over to Jackson Carhill, make the play, and it's very nice when you got a fielder there, especially with 2 men in the field.
Yeah, they seem to be hitting it right towards the Cyclones players, the Stingers, which is unlucky, like you say, for only having 2 players actually out there. But Max is continuing to get his outs. Could be a pitcher's battle.
Peter McNeil steps in, struck out in his first plate appearance. Just out in front of that one. With an interesting swing right there. Ump likes it.
Saws it off.
That's a nice pitch right there. Strike 3, and that will end the inning. A quick inning for Max Melendez as we head to the bottom of the second. 0-0 still to score. So here we go. Jackson Carr will step in. Ball 1. Jackson struck out in his first plate appearances. That ball's popped up right to Jordan Rice. That is a quick out, number 1. And now Max Melendez will step in. 0-for-1 with a K. Be interesting to see either team can. That's a hard hit ball. That's a ground rule double for Max Melendez. So there is a hit for the Central Cyclones. Now with a runner in scoring position, we'll see if they can capitalize. Doesn't look to be too many opportunities against Jordan Rice.
That's a good pitch.
Fouls it off, top of the zone, 1-1. Perfect pitch right at 60.
Yeah, that looked like it had some heat to it, but still just right at 60.
A little bit of a curveball there, hits the mat.
Wanted him to chase it there, but that looked like
a hard hit ball over to Peter McNeil. That's a fair ball, and that is a ground rule double, and it'll score a run. So Peter McNeil had an opportunity there to knock it down and prevent the run to score. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
2 very similar hits, back-to-back, pulling it down the left field line. With only 3 players out there to field.
Jackson Carr will step in, looks at strike 1, and the way these 2 pitchers are pitching, 1 run might be all you need. Unfortunately for Jordan Rice, that is the first earned run of his 2025 campaign. Three and 1. Fouls it off, full count.
Good eye.
Just high. That'll walk Jackson Carr to first. So runners on first and second for Max, who hit a double in his last at-bat. Scored as the only run for the Central Cyclones.
Generous for Max there. Also maybe doing a bit of time wasting, getting into his head. Make the pitcher wait.
That ball is popped up to Cole. He'll make the play. So nice job there to get the second out of the inning. And now Max will swap with Zane. We'll see if Zane can help capitalize here, get some more insurance runs as that ball is going back. And here's Zane Phillips, 3-run home run. And the Cyclones take a 4-0 lead.
From the Silver Slugger, you told me as well. So he's
second, almost Silver Slugger.
Sorry.
You know, some people a little upset he didn't win it.
Celebrations from Melendez, so they're feeling good.
Yeah, and Zane Phillips, one of the best hitters in this league. Just been on some rough Cyclones teams to begin his career, and the Cyclones very good the first 3-4 years in the AWA, and a lot of that had to do with Evan Clugston. With the retirement of Evan Clugston, falling on some harder times, but they're looking pretty good right now as that ball's popped up to Liam McFeely, and that'll be the third out of the second inning. And we will head to the top of the third. Central Cyclones and Max Melendez looking to close this game out. And Cole Blevins will get into first. We weren't necessarily ready to go, but
these pitchers are both going at a pretty fast pace here. They seem to like the game to go quickly.
I thought me holding up a finger was a universal sign for wait, but I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. He wanted to pitch it. We'll give Cole the hit. But Cole Blevins, that ball has popped up out of play.
Pitchers are going at their own pace today.
Yeah, I mean, come on. 1-1 count. Two and one. Does not go.
This is where I'd look to take one if I were Jordan. Make Max throw a strike. And yes, he gets the walk. Hate to give advice against my own friend, but
yeah, why swing at balls when you can just get on via the walk? You know, nobody likes to walk, but it's a lot more fun than striking out.
Certainly, and some people say the on-base percentage is more important than the actual average.
I will say I am. So that ball's hit hard over to Jackson Carr. He'll knock it down and miss. Jordan Rice and Cole Blevins will score. Liam McFeely gets in. So one run comes in for the Stingers to make this thing interesting.
No outs as well. Could he have maybe gone a second there, or was that the right choice to try to throw out the runner with a bit of a backhand?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a play you need to make. I mean, it's very makeable.
With only two players in the field as well.
So, yeah. I mean, that ball's hit hard down the line. Jordan Rice is coming in to score. Liam McFeely's going, and that ball is out of play. Peter McNeil will advance to third. And Peter McNeil have brought the Stingers within one run. The score now 4-3 with no outs here in the third. Top of the third inning here. 1-1. Cole Blevins 1 for 2 here in game number 1. And this Stingers team just doesn't give up. I mean, they didn't have a hit until this inning, and now they find themselves with a runner at third that could tie the game. Full count here to Cole Blevins. That ball's hit hard right to Jackson Carr, and Peter McNeil takes off a little early, so he'll have to retreat back to third.
Nice sort of tomahawk approach from Cole there, but unlucky that, again, these just continue to go right towards Jackson Carr. He's been putting himself in the right place at the right time for a lot of these.
So I'll see if Jordan Rice, suddenly a little bit of pressure on the Stingers. They got those. That ball's hit over to Zane. He'll throw over to first. No one's there. And that will tie the game. Interesting decision there from Zane. It might be easier just to go home there and get the lead runner. I don't know why Jackson was running over to second base. No one was going there. Now we have a new game. Those are kind of the errors. You can't make those. That ball is popped up to Zane Phillips.
Good
for
play
the second
by
out.
Zane. Once again, right at the right place at the right time. Haven't had to move for a lot of these.
Peter McNeil now steps in. That ball
crushed.
is going back. It's
At the wall. Big Zane for the third out, needed by Max Melendez as well.
That we will head to the bottom of the third. It's all tied up 4-4. Cyclones with a chance to walk it off.
What a play. Got up there as well, tracked it really well.
So So Jordan Rice will step in, and that's a slow ground over to Peter McNeil. Throws over to first, and normally he's a little bit more accurate there. And there's Zane Phillips. Gets in with a single, way closer than it was. It hit the backstop so the runner can advance. We'll talk after this game. We need the clarification from Jackson. Nice pitch right there. Strike right down, no pitch. One here, winning run at third. Outside. That ball is going. Jackson Carr has walked it off. Central Cyclones take game one, get their first win of the season, and put up some runs that they did not have in week one. 7 runs come across for the Central Cyclones, and we'll be back shortly for game 2. We're going to send it down to Robert, who has Jackson Carr with him.
All right, Jackson.
Robert, take it away.
All right, Jackson. What did you see on that game-winning ball there?
Stepping forward in the box for that knuckleball, just wait for it. Tough pitch to hit. It's gotten a lot faster. Just be patient, and it fell right to me.
All right, what about the people in the outfield? You guys only have 3 total. How's that affecting you guys? Is it helping more than it's hurting?
No, definitely not. I mean, it's good to have another guy out there. I think we got 3 good hitters out today, so maybe that helps on the other side. But, definitely a lot of open space.
All right, good luck out there for game 2.
Thank you.
All right, back up to the booth, guys.
Thank you, Robert, and we will be back shortly for game number 2. So here we go, game number 2, and in a surprising turn of events, the Cyclones take their first win of 2025. They absolutely destroyed Jordan Rice, who has a 0 ERA coming into the game. Gets a bit roughed up. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't get easier as Peter McNeil will step in, a very prolific pitcher in AWA history. That is a nice pitch right there. Gets ahead 0-2.
I was surprised the Cyclones made such good contact because Jordan, saw him warming up. He looked like a good pitcher. I think he is a good pitcher. Gets an early strikeout, Peter McNeil. So what you might be telling me is true. He's an experienced pitcher, but I did like Jordan Rice's stuff. Maybe it's just credit to the Cyclones for such good hitting.
Yeah, and that was a great pitch right there out of the zone. Kind of the only way you can approach Zane Phillips. Get ahead 0-2 with him not swinging, and then absolutely do not throw him a strike after that, because when he's in swing mode, watch out. Jackson Carr steps in, had a walk-off home run. 2 home runs on the year now. As that ball's going back right to Jordan Rice. So a quick out right there, much needed. So unfortunately, Jackson will not keep that home run streak alive. I think the record is 3 straight at-bats with a home run.
Max might be switching bats here. Thought he was hitting well in the previous game.
Max Melendez looks at ball 1. It's a nice pitch, but misses low. Nice job by Max to lay off the drop. A little wild here from Peter against Max.
What's Peter's stuff? What does he have in his
repertoire? Quite a bit. Slider is kind of his MO. And then right there, that drop ball. And then he also has a riser where his sidearm delivery a little bit outside. So that is ball 4.
Also, you don't often see guys swinging on the 3-0, but Max decided to go with the green light.
Peter McNeil, a very prolific pitcher, leads the league all-time with 474 strikeouts in the regular season, trying to be the first pitcher ever to get to 500. He'll do so probably in the next few weeks. Now Zane will step right back in. That's kind of the plus of playing with 3. You get Zane Phillips batting way more times than usual. Worked for them in game 1. Kind of an uncharacteristic swing there from Zane. Does not go. 2-1. That ball is destroyed, but foul.
He got all of that one, but just pulled it a little too hard there. 2-2.
Swinging right there, strike 3, and Peter McNeil will get out of the inning. Nice job from Peter McNeil to battle back. We head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 is the score. So here we go. Jordan Rice will step in. Jordan Rice a little annoyed most likely after the way that game ended. Both pitchers were pitching very well until the 3rd inning. I hit the knob of the bat. Not knob. Not knob. So it'll be a ball.
In the hands there.
Say it hit the wrist. Good to have the ump out here.
Like you say, it was a pitcher's battle in the last match, but
that ball is going back, and Jordan Rice takes out some of his anger after that. Game 1.
Back with a vengeance.
Stingers get an early lead. The solo home run from Jordan Rice. And quietly, both these teams are put together some hitters that are going to be in the top 10 for home runs. Already a few batters here up to 2 home runs.
Straight dead center. Max with his head in his hands in his head. Good pitch there for strike 1, but
Liam McFeely steps in.
Like you said, it was what Jordan needed.
429 on the year for Liam McFeely as the 5th overall pick, and there it is, his first home run in the AWA. Save that ball. It's got to feel good. Back-to-back home runs. And I'm feeling a lot of these guys coming in this year with some wiffle ball experience. Some of them take a little bit longer to get acclimated with the pitching style. But all the new players coming in are definitely improving week over week as that ball's in play. And before we can even play the walk-up song, Peter McNeil gets on with a single.
Well, maybe the advantage that the Stingers do have here is that if Max continues to pitch in all 3 games, they'll be able to just see more and more of his pitches, get to know him better.
Oh, boy. That's back to Jackson Carr. He can't make the play, and Peter McNeil will advance all the way to third. So, unfortunately, this is kind of what we saw in week 1 for Max. I think once he loses some batters via the walk, he's trying to dial into that strike zone. But if you're not throwing in the high 50s or 60s, it's kind of like throwing BP out here, as we can see early on. Okay, 83,
Sending a message.
Out.
It's a no pitch, even though the ump liked it. Have to go by the rules. But sending a message, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder what the conversion is. Oh, that ball's over to Jackson Carr. He'll throw to second, and they'll get the first out of the inning, but Peter McNeil will score. And, that actually is kind of a strategy some pitchers use, which is throw a super fast ball.
For a strike, ideally,
yeah,
to
and
mix
then
speeds.
Come back with a super slow thing. But now Liam McFeely steps in.
Jordan seeing the ball well, too. That's more of a fielder's choice there, but.
Nice hack right there. You can tell with kind of the swing speed Liam's doing here. He's definitely swinging a little bit harder. Just missed that one. Just out of the reach of Max Melendez. That'll be a foul ball. 2-2.
Wanted to lay out, but I think he would have been going into the booth.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to slide on that mat. Doesn't feel good. It's a nasty pitch right there for strike 3 for the second out. Made him foolish there. Yeah, but Max, he's got his leg covered up there. I think that might be from last week when he hit a home run. Stepped on the wet concrete with cleats on. That's why we don't usually do the cleats. He absolutely destroyed that left shin.
Well, I don't think we should ever let him forget it. I think it's
I didn't even
my
really
choice
think about
for
that.
top worst play of the week. But I might have a little bias.
That ball is destroyed. That ball is not out of here.
Wow, Tree definitely saved that from being a home run there. I think that could have gone over.
The rule is if it hits the bushes up the top, is he calling it a home run? I called it a double. A double, okay.
Ruled as a double.
Yeah, it's the rule is if it hits the branches of the tree, it's an automatic home run, and then anything underneath, it's very hard to tell if it's going out or not.
Could have been dipping, can make. They definitely got a lot of that there, and like you say, Max is starting to throw some of that BP like he might have in the second game, the last time they were out there. And the more that they see the ball, the more that they see his pitching, the more that they should be able to get a good idea of how to time everything.
And that is a strike right there. See if Max Melendez can put away Cole Blevins.
Going to fight it off.
Cole's got a very long wingspan, so any pitch that's
he's unsure
3
about.
feet out of the zone, he can make some contact there.
I think we have a full count.
Got him swinging, and that'll end the inning. Stingers tack on 3 as we head to the top of the second inning. the Thomas's home run? Well, it wasn't a home run, but he was pissed because it, like, it's skinny, those branches, but there was no way it was going out, and they, you know, just caught it. So, yeah, seriously. So here we go. Jackson Carr will step in, and the Cyclones got some work to do here against Peter McNeil.
He's making some good contact in his last few at-bats.
A bit of a flew out in his last at-bat, just missed it.
Ooh.
That ball's just foul, and that annoys me. He lost one of our precious balls.
Ripped into that one, innit?
Oh, yeah, sure. So a long strike there, 1-1. 2-1. Just inside at 57 miles per hour.
Sees the ball well.
Max Melendez will step right back in, walk in his first plate appearance of Game 2.
Both Peter and Jordan, I think, do a good job of hovering right below the 60-mile-an-hour limit.
Yeah, definitely takes some time to get acclimated with the speed limit.
Bit of chatter from Melendez again, maybe trying to throw the pitcher off. Know his style.
Max hitting .455, 1 home run. Just outside, 1-0. Does well to lower that bat. It's an unfortunate strike when it hits the bat.
That happened to me plenty of times in my 1 year.
It's a healthy hack there from Max Melendez.
It's a good pitch, though, from Peter.
Bit of a spike ball right there, 3-1. Low. So another walk. Now, Zane Phillips steps in. He's over 2 with 2 strikeouts. Would be the tying run.
Max finding the best scuff balls for his opposition pitcher. Very kind from one pitcher to another.
Zane Phillips hitting .562 with 2 home runs on the early 2025 campaign. Ball is destroyed, but right to Peter McNeil for the first out. So Zane Phillips just having some difficulty seeing Peter McNeil here early.
Great pitch.
Nasty pitch right there to start Jackson Carr off 0-1. Just high. 2-1. Gee,
that's nice stuff.
Yeah, that's not even going over the heart of the plate. That ball is fouled out of play, so it'll remain 2-2.
They're seeing the ball well, the Cyclones, in this inning versus Peter, forcing him to throw strikes.
Unfortunately, just misses it.
That's 4. Another walk.
Bases loaded now to Peter McNeil. Heart of the order coming up. Max Melendez, Zane Phillips on deck, also at second base. Now we have our first ghost runner over at first base.
Opportunity for Max to get first grand slam.
Ball 1 just outside.
Wouldn't expect a big hack at some point here.
That ball's in play. Peter McNeil will field it and throw home. That is unfortunate for Max Melendez for the second out. Very fortunate for Peter McNeil.
Now, in other leagues, I've seen that you have to hit the zone to get the out there at home. I find that to be a bit unfair. Seems like it's a lot to ask in situations like that. Very easy to miss.
Yeah, that is a very small target at home if you don't hit it. We like to say the catcher's the backstop, and it has the best catch radius of any fielder in the league. That ball is going back, and Zane Phillips has pieced that out of here to give the Central Cyclones the lead. Grand slam. Wow.
Got absolutely all of that, but it was a moonshot as well. Straight up into the sky. No line drive about it. Just a straight moonshot over the bar area, is what I can tell. I didn't have the chance to visit over there. Maybe next time. Two-out grand slam for the Cyclones. Much needed. And like I said, hitting well this game and last game as well. Much better hitting performance than last time I witnessed them.
Yeah, this is the hardest hit the Stingers have been all year. Not saying much. This is only week 2, but it's not very often you can piece up Jordan Rice and Peter McNeil on the same day. Still a long way to go in this game. That's a nice pitch right there.
Yeah, for strike 3. It was a quick one. Good bounce back there from Peter.
So with that, we are headed to the bottom of the second inning. The Central Cyclones take the lead off the Zane Phillips grand slam, 4-3. So here we go. Jordan Rice will step in, has that home run, could really use it, another one here to tie this game up. And I'm surprised the Stingers were only able to get 3 runs last inning. It seemed like Max Melendez was throwing BP, but sometimes it's the luck of the draw out there, the way these balls fly.
Great pitch there for strike 1, 2-1 count.
Slow curve. It's also difficult for these, as that ball's popped up to Zane Phillips, and he'll make the play. I say it's difficult for the batters too, facing new pitchers, as they don't really know what kind of stuff they have. And you see over time, as elite pitchers early on in the league slowly start to get hit more often, that's just because they've been seen more. I'd say the only exception is Evan Clugston, who recently retired, one of the most unhittable pitchers we've ever seen in this league.
I'd also say Max is a tad bit wild, so that's what makes it tough to know exactly when to start taking it, when not to take it. Example A right there, pretty wild pitch to begin with, and then straight down the pipe on his first strike.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was above the.
Unfortunately, that it was a nice pitch, just a little quick at 63.
Saws that one off, Peter. Or sorry, Liam.
A little late hack right there, a little emergency swing, but it'll be 1-2. Good thing we had the speed check. It would have been strike 3. That ball's in play over to Zane Phillips. He'll knock it down. Throw over to first for the out. Great play there from Jackson Carr and Zane Phillips to get the second out of the inning.
Channeling his inner J.P. Crawford there, Zane. Had the mullet and everything. He's got the leg sleeve. Looks very good playing that from shortstop. And like I said, they're positioning themselves in the right places for making these plays, for only having 2 guys out there.
That's a strike right there. Peter McNeil, a double and a single Fouls that out of play. Might be playable. Phillips
all the
makes
way out
the
there.
catch.
Taking advantage of the real estate.
And
over
that will
left
be
field.
the third out of the inning. Gets out of it, and we will head to the third inning. Cyclones still lead at 4-3. So Max Melendez will lead it off. Was able to dial it in the second inning, limit the Stingers without a run in the second inning after giving up 3 in the first. And Peter McNeil will try to lock in again here.
Getting the blue involved with some practice throws. Jason.
What's the longest bat? Do we have a longer one? I want like a 36-inch bat.
Max switching bats again.
It's like Teddy Roosevelt.
Two quick balls here to Max Melendez. Nails him there, 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Max Melendez. So Peter a little wild to begin the inning. And Zane Phillips, after that grand slam, that was his first hit against Peter in the new campaign. So he's starting to figure it out. That home run that he hit, grand slam, looked like it was going foul, and then last second it curved back in.
Zane up to bat after making 2 great plays in the previous inning.
That's a hard hit ball over to Peter McNeil. A lot of spin, and he'll come up with it. He'll get the out. So nice job there from Peter to stay with it. It's always tough to field the high spin rate balls coming right at you.
Had to get rid of it quickly, too. Zane was absolutely busting along to get to first. And it came off that very end of the bat, which, like you say, a lot of spin. That's a great pitch from Peter.
0-1 to Jackson Carr. So 1-1.
Oh, took that out of Jack's hands there. Was going to make a great
Fouls it
play.
back. Oh, that one nicked. Strike 3 right at 60. So I guess ball doesn't lie there. For the second out, Peter McNeil knew it right away, pointed right up to us.
Rob, do you have a good play there?
All good. I got Roberto Duran hands. We'll see if Max Melendez can capitalize here with a runner in scoring position. He's got 3 walks and a fielder's choice up to this point.
Big hack.
No pitch, though. His 62 on the gun.
I think it's the first time we've seen that from the Stingers.
Oh, that is nasty.
That was 58 as well. Those are the pitches I least like to hit. Coming down and in on you.
Let's go right back to it. 2 nasty pitches in a row. Ooh.
Keep going towards it. Trying to wear it, but that stuff is dropping straight into the zone. Ooh.
Full count. Got him swinging right at 60, a perfect pitch. And that was a very impressive strikeout there from Peter McNeil. We head to the bottom of the third. Stingers need 1 to keep this game going. So here's Cole Blevins, 1 for 2. single and a strikeout. Takes ball 1. Ball is popped up to the pitcher, and Max Melendez will get a very important out, number 1. Stingers now at 2-2, trying to not fall under 500. Cyclones at 1-3, trying to get close to 500. That'll nail Jordan Rice there. He's got the home run today. Rise ball rises a little bit high. 2-0.
Saws it into the boom mic. Good
He's
eye
hit
from
him
Jordan.
quite a few times here. Trying to get that slider to bite. Comes out more like a fastball. Jordan Rice got his average up to 286 now on the year. That ball is going back. Zane Phillips, what a play over the shoulder. Willie Mays-esque for the second out, and that is unfortunate for Jordan Rice. We've seen it all year. It's just missing balls, or you're hitting it straight to the fielders in play.
Some great plays from Zane today. He might be featured in some of the top plays.
And now the Stingers find themselves down to their final out. Liam McFeely does not go. 1-1. That's a hard hit ball over to Zane Phillips. He'll knock it down, throw over to first, and he airmails it. Saved by the top of the house, so he'll stay at first. That was about an inch away from getting a free bag. The rule is if it hits the brick wall of the house, it's limited to a single, or hits the side of the house. But if it goes over or goes anywhere else, that's another free base.
More of a routine play than he made earlier in the previous inning, where he did get that great out. Like I said, channeled his inner J.P. Crawford. Hard to make those plays every time.
Now the tying run is aboard at first, and Peter McNeil will step in. Got very unlucky in his last at-bat. That's a nice pitch. The foul ball that Zane came over about 30 yards to catch. And he popped it up. Caught for the out, and the Cyclones take game 2 narrowly. They will win this series, but we head to game 3 with a chance for the sweep.
Peter? Yeah, same thing. Game 2? Yep. You want me to pitch? I'm going to work on whatever I'm doing right now. I got some new pictures on for that. Now it's 17. We got 2 steamer we want to try. We got a day. Well, we're not going to go no stingers, but we're going to go back to bottom. They'll hit too. What? No, you can only have them go for 2 out of the 3 or whatever.
Who's Grand Wagoneers, then? Yours?
We're going to set it down to Robert, who has Zane Phillips with him. Robert, take it away.
All right, what did you see in those home run balls, Zane?
Well, Peter's a tough pitcher, so I tried to get aggressive. The first couple of bats kind of got me a little fooled, so I had to be aggressive more on those first couple pitches and take advantage of his but not so much of his junk pitches. So I just try to be aggressive early in the count, later in the at-bats.
Yeah, see you warming up out there on the mound. What do you want to bring to Game 3 on the mound there?
Hopefully limit my walks and give our offense a chance to put up some numbers.
Good luck out there, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, good luck for Game 3, guys. See you out there.
That's why he's not here, because he has beers on a Tuesday. Guys, still what? Yeah, sometime. Come over, bro. Come on. Yeah. I saw him. Hey, where's Jackson? Oh, no. Your team. Nice route.
So here we go, getting ready to start game number 3. The Cyclones, by a wild turn of events, have taken games 1 and 2. No one really saw that coming.
I certainly didn't after watching their first game.
Yeah, that was a rough first series.
They found it hard to hit. They found it hard to pitch. I think Max pitched very well, like I said, for someone who I think is a bit wild. He mixed it with strikes and balls, so it was hard for the Stingers to know when to swing, when to take. But they do have a new pitcher now in Zane.
And Jordan Rice will lead it off. Jordan Rice got that first home run of the, well, it's actually his second home run of the 2025 campaign, brings his career total up to 28.
And like you've been telling me, he's been an unlucky hitter, despite making good contact.
And Zane Phillips will get the start at pitcher. Has some limited experience, but it's a nice pitch right there. He's definitely here early when these games start, getting in some work. Drew Tenzar for the Cyclones pitched in Game 2 last week. And he is not here today, so Zane Phillips now on duty. We'll see what kind of stuff he brings to the table here. That ball's fouled out of play. Full count.
You wonder if they're going to be missing Zane in the field, because he made some great plays in the previous game to get Max out of it.
Ball is popped up out of play. Jordan Rice was swinging that ball 4 there. Remain full count. You can tell already Zane a little wild. That ball's in play. Zane Phillips will knock it down. Throw over to first. Oh, what a play.
I guess I spoke too soon. They can use some plays at pitcher.
And unfortunately, that's just how it's going for Jordan Rice offensively. Just one excellent play after another.
Making contact. He's not striking out, but he's just...
And he's just shaking his head in disbelief.
I would be too. What a play again from Zane. Like I said, he might be featuring in all the top plays.
Ball 1 to Liam McFeely. 2-0, and Liam McFeely, a friend of the walk. He will not swing unless he starts seeing some strikes, and so far, none of them have been even close.
Gonna strike when he needed it there.
Not swinging 3-0.
Yeah, good time to look at it.
Peter McNeil steps in. Peter's got his average into .312. 1 home run on the year. A career .390 hitter, 62 career home runs. Ball high. 5 straight balls. Quick 3-0 count. That's a 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back walks for the Central Cyclones, and Zane can't find it. Maybe they'll get Jackson Carr in there, but I don't think he's much better at this point in time. Kind of the easiest thing to do. You tell pitchers who just keep walking people, just, hey, just throw some lobs.
Yeah, make him hit it.
Like, there you go. Strike one. Worst case scenario, yes, you'll get some hard hit balls, but most of the time you'll get some pop-ups if you're swinging at some.
There have been plenty of those today. And I think the Cyclones, especially Jackson Carr, put himself in the right place at the right time to get some of those easy pop-ups.
That ball's in play over to Max Melendez. And they'll get him for the out. Nice play there.
The shoulder, top of the arm there with the backhand throw for the second out. Great play from Max. I think the Cyclones have just gotten outs when they've needed them in all these games. Right when it started to look a little spicy.
Yeah, normally most batters aren't sliding into third base.
And you do have to feel for the Stinger. It seems like when they have made good contact, it's gone right towards a Cyclone player, and then the Cyclone player has been making a play almost on every occasion. Very few errors.
2-0 to Jordan Rice. Does well to move that bat. 3-0 at 54 miles per hour. Liam McFeely waits on deck. You can tell Jordan just wants to hit. He's swinging at a pitch at his head at 3-0. That's low. So base is now juiced for the rookie Liam McFeely, who walked in his first plate appearance here in Game 3.
Max giving him some pitching advice. Good pitch there. Tough to lay off. Could have been a ball, though.
Healthy hack for strike one. Goes right back to it. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't change it.
Like you said, Stingers seem to have the green light a lot of times.
That ball's going back. He does well to hold up and make contact there. Hits in a runner in the form of Peter McNeil for the first run of the game. Did very well to stay back on that changeup. Now the Stingers lead at 1-0. Peter McNeil steps in, walked in his first plate appearance. Does not go. Three and 0. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Peter McNeil will get the RBI there. Stingers are up 2-0 now. There's only a matter of time before. I mean, the Cyclones can't keep getting away with it. Crazy play after another crazy play, and now it's starting to catch up with them.
But maybe to your advice, start lobbing it in.
Like that right there.
Make the Cyclones players who have been making plays, let them make a play.
Yeah, the only way to get them to swing is if you start throwing some strikes. Throwing some lobs, elicit some swings. There you go. Now he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Big spot here for Cole Blevins and Zane Phillips.
Stop the damage here, only 2 runs. Cyclones have been hitting okay. But if Cole gets a good at-bat here. Good lay off.
Just inside. That ball's in play to Max Melendez. He'll throw a second. The ump calls him out. We'll take a look at the replay. Very bang, bang. But the call on the field is out.
Safe. Stay there, Petey. I believe. Safe. I'm getting in the box.
And the call on the field is confirmed. That is the third out of the top of the first, and we will head to the bottom of the first inning. Stingers get 2 runs. Cyclones get to work. Peter McNeil steps in here in game number 3. Was hit a little bit, four earned runs in game number 2, but his 2025 ERA still respectable, 2.62. Still looking to get a win on his resume here today. Stinger's trying to avoid the sweep and get back to 500. With a win, they will do that. Cyclones, if they get a win here, they will get back to 500. And Zane Phillips will step in for his first at-bat. Zane Phillips, and he'll pop it over to Cole for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's a great sign for the Stingers defense. Jackson Carr had that walk-off home run, but since then his bat has been a little quiet, hitting 200 now on the year. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs on the year. A little late there. 2-1. That ball is hit over to Cole. Perfect spot for him, and he'll make the play. Cole Blevins, known for his defense.
Nothing to spend money on, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. In case he does. I got you. More plays have to go down that right side, on his first base side. I just set up my VR simulator. I was like, dude.
Yeah, it was a Gold Glover 2 years ago. Last year, you had a little bit of a down defensive year, making some good plays today. Now Max Melendez will step in. 1 home run, 385 average, 4 RBIs on the 2025 campaign. Peter McNeil's getting ahead early in these counts. That is a nasty pitch, side of the zone, strike 2. In play, Peter McNeil knocks down, throws over to first, what a play! Peter McNeil, I don't know how he grabbed that on his back.
Not even from his knees, from his back.
It was just, fell perfectly into his hand. And that'll do it for the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 2-0, Stingers still lead it. So here we go. Jordan Rice will step in 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Had a very unfortunate, as that ball's going back and right to Jackson Carr. Jordan Rice has got to be one of the more unlucky players in the league. He doesn't strike out very often, hits it in play all the time. Unfortunately, does not get rewarded for it. 1 out. And it seems like Zane's taking our advice here, throwing some more lob balls right down the middle where he can. Liam McFeely steps in, has a single and a walk. 2-0. 3-0. Liam McFeely hitting an even 500. 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He'll get on via the walk.
Just couldn't find the zone when going for the lob. And also, the Stingers may be taking some more pitches because previous at-bats, they had the green light.
Well, Peter McNeil also 2 walks on the day. These balls are just sailing a little high on Zane. It's always tough because if you're working on pitching, most likely you're not replicating this exact setup with the mound. As that ball's in play, tough play to make for anyone. Peter McNeil's on with a single. I don't really know what the best move there is for this two-man outfield for the Cyclones. Jackson Carr was going over to second base, which I guess was an easier play for Max to make, but when you hit a slow dribbler like that, there's really no play to make.
It's a great infield base hit when there are only two guys out there to field.
Ooh, nailed in the head. Ball one. Cole Blevins will start 2-0. Two fielder's choices here in game number 3. 3-0.
Gonna have to maybe start going back to that lob approach.
He'll hit him there. Walks, the base is loaded. And now Jordan Rice will step in, hoping he can finally find some grass out there. There's quite a bit. Ball one. Two 2-0 to Jordan Rice. 3-0. That ball is popped up and caught. So, unfortunately there, second out of the inning. Fortunate for the Central Cyclones, they get that much-needed second out.
Once again, too, Jordan and plenty of these Stinger players swinging on a 3-0 count.
And to be fair, that pitch did look very juicy. Just got underneath it. Liam McFeely, 2 walks and a single. See if he can capitalize here. Still a very manageable game for this Central Cyclones team. Only down 2 runs. Trying to limit it there. Sails inside, 1-0.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah, you know, when you're throwing all those lobs, come back with a quick pitch there. The batter's just not going to be ready for it. That ball is fouled off. 1-2. Fouls it off. Remains 2-2. Reload on some balls here.
Starting to throw something that has a bit more of an outside-in curve, almost like a 2-seam, or a bit sort of screwballish.
Way high, full count. That ball's hit hard and gets past Max Melendez. He kind of took an awkward run at it, curved on him a bit, and that'll score 2 on the double.
Max Melendez sort of shifted to the right when maybe if he actually just stayed right where he was.
Yeah.
Could have made the play. It's a tough one to read. Very well hit.
So 4-0 is the score now here. Pierre McNeil steps in, fouls that off.
Very good hit for the Stingers on 2 outs too. They needed that one.
Good job there from Zane Phillips. He's ahead 0-2. Just misses outside. 1-2. That ball is in play right to Jackson Carr, and they will get out of the inning, but 2 runs come across on the 2 RBI double from Liam McFeely. We head to the bottom of the second. 4-0 is the score.
We got you this inning. Get on base, we got you.
So Zane Phillips will lead it off here in the bottom half of the second. Cyclones find themselves down 4 runs. They're going to try and chip into that lead, give themselves a chance in the third. It's a foul ball.
It's the chance for both teams to get back to 500. This is a crucial game for both.
Low, 2-1. That ball is going back, and that is absolutely destroyed. Zane Phillips, top of the left center tree.
No debate over that one. Got absolutely all of it. Took down a tree branch, maybe.
And just like that, Zane Phillips, 4 home runs in 2025. Good enough for second in the league.
Probably would have made it over one of the other trees over the fence. That was absolutely walloped. Maybe one of the biggest home runs we've seen tonight.
So 3-0 to Jackson Carr. It's a 4-pitch walk, and a solo home run won't hurt you that bad. Once you start putting some players on via the walk, you really got to lock in. Especially with Zane Phillips batting every 3 batters. Max Melendez steps in. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out. He's had some difficulties facing Peter McNeil.
They've had a little inner battle.
1-0.
Ooh,
that was
off the knob.
Interesting. Yeah. So it's a strike, yeah, but if it was off the body, it's. We'll take a look at the replay here. It's a strike right there. 1-2. Caught him swinging, and I guess ball doesn't lie right there.
Like I said, I think there's a little bit of battle going on between Peter and Max, and Peter's getting the best of him.
Now, that was a weird looking play there. On that ball there, they said it hit him on the hands. So it's just a strike. That's a ball hit kind of in no man's land. Jordan Rice will throw it.
Oh, what a play.
It out. We'll take a look at the replay. Ump was right there, so if this is safe, we're going to have to talk to the ump about his officiating. But what a throw.
I think he got the right call. He got him well. He definitely got him.
There it is. What a play for the out. Incredible play for the second out.
I was going to say, no doubt in Blue's mind there.
That's good. Always got to check on our Blue here.
Hasn't missed a call tonight. He's definitely eating the carrots.
Well, that's debatable. Then you have been wrong. So Jackson Carr steps in, ball 1. Honestly, the most impressive thing about that play was Cole being able to hold on to that bullet.
Yeah, he did throw it hard there. Good point.
3-0 to Jackson Carr. Walked in his last plate appearance, trying to get on via the walk again. And don't know what that was, but
he had the green light.
Peter will take it. He does go.
There. He's got the green light, Jackson Carr.
Wow, he's just swinging at anything. Peter could throw it backwards and he'd swing at it.
He's made good contact tonight, though, Carr. So you could see why he's got the confidence.
Yeah, once you hit a home run in a series, you definitely want to keep hitting them.
He's been hitting them dead center.
Oh, there you go. That ball's in play. Peter McNeil might have screwed himself.
Oh, too many balls in the left hand.
And the runner will have to hold at third because it did hit the backstop. And that's kind of where you run into difficulty here when you're holding 3 balls in one hand. Just drop them and make the play. But the good news is it was an accurate throw. Did not go past the house. So the runner will stay at third. But now the tying run steps to the plate in the form of Max Melendez. Fouls it back, 0-1. 0-2.
He's eager. He wants to hit him, but Peter's been getting the best of him. Good take there.
1-2 count. That ball's hit. It knocked down from Liam McFeely. And I don't know what he was thinking. The runner was almost already there. So the runner at second will advance all the way to third. Another run comes in. So 4-2 is the score. Climbs a little bit closer. Now Zane Phillips steps in. First pitch swinging. Strike one. That ball is going back. Jordan Rose makes the play. And that is a much needed out right there. Zane Phillips, every time he takes a swing of the bat, you assume it's going to be a home run, but Jordan Rice tracks it down. We head to the top of the third inning. Stingers hold on to the 4-2 lead. So here we go, Cole Blevins. Cole Blevins 0 for 2 with fielder's choice and a walk. That ball is going back.
Just over.
That ball looked like it had no shot, and then it kept carrying. And that is a home run for Cole Blevins, first of the year. 5-2 Stingers. That's the crazy thing. Zane Phillips' hit looked like it was a no-doubter. Gets held up, and then Cole Blevins hits, I don't know, maybe it was the right pocket of air.
Could have gotten a good gust, but I think he made good contact, and Jackson Carr was thinking about robbing it, probably just needed to stay up there just a little bit longer.
2-0 to Jordan Rice. 3-0.
It came at the right time for the Stingers, too, to start off that way.
Fouls it back, so 3-1. Outside. Jordan Rice is on, and now Liam McFeely, the man who has not been able to get out by Zane Phillips this entire time. He's got a single, a double, and 2 walks. Putting together some good ABs. His average is up to 538 in 2025.
Would say that Jordan and Zane, too, tonight, and probably competing for the top plays.
We've seen some good plays tonight. Ball 1.
Good pitch.
There's a strike. 1-1. Bit high. And St. Phillips just kind of leaving most of these pitches high. That ball's in play. Over to Jackson Carr. Throw to second. And if there was a pitcher there, or a player, it most likely would have been a double play. But that'll be 1 out. It's a good throw there. Almost got the runner.
Even if I was out there, I think I would have found that hard to catch. Definitely threw that as hard as he could, Max, and would have probably required a little bit of a short hop.
Peter McNeil looks at ball 1. 1 out here in the top of the third.
Would have to have dug that out as the first baseman.
That's a nice little changeup right there at 51. Peter way out in front of it. That ball's in play over to Max Melendez. And they kind of have a, I don't know, it worked the last time, but Jackson Carr always going to second to cover when the distance between first and second is much shorter than first and home.
I wouldn't really change what they've been doing, though. I think they've been putting themselves in the right place at the right time. I would
The ball's in play, perfectly lined up, and he can't make the play, and the runner will score. That is tough all around. It was a perfectly positioned ball for Jackson Carr to make the play. He can't pick it up, and the runner will score. Ball 1 to Jordan Rice. Two and 0. It's him on the face there, a little. That one wasn't even close. So base is now loaded for Liam McFeely, who unfortunately was a victim of the announcer's curse after saying he was able to get a hitter walk on all of his plate appearances, but a fielder's choice in his last at bat. Looks at ball 1. 2 and 0. That ball is going back and caught for the out. Max Melendez is going to throw it out of play. So the runners get one extra base, and Peter McNeil will score.
Audacious there from Max.
I was hoping no one saw that.
But a very rare sacrifice fly. Doesn't happen very often in the AWA as Peter McNeil steps in, looks at ball 1. Ball 2. So 7-2 the score now. There's that nice changeup's gotten Peter a couple times today. Oh, fouls it off. So full count here, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Stingers find themselves up 7-2. Trying to salvage game 3 after dropping the first 2 to the Cyclones.
Be good for Zane to get this out here. Just lessen the damage. You could trust the Cyclones to make some type of comeback. They've had hit well tonight.
That ball's in play. Max Melendez will throw home. It'll be late. So 8-2 now the score. And Jordan Rice very smartly holds up at second there. Would have been walking right into the out. That ball's in play to Zane Phillips. No one's there, and he missed him.
Wow.
So an error there. And Jackson Carr, there's 2 outs. He has to go to first base there. And all around, just very unfortunate for this Cyclones team. I mean, they've been getting breaks early in this series, but now it seems like everything's not working for them.
It's unfortunate for Zane, too. Just when it's his exact play that he needed, straight to him. And it's caught 2 grounders. One of them was a dribbler to third. Just fortunate for the Cyclones. Only 2 players out there, so they're starting to hit in the places they're not, the Stingers. And right there, Zane just needed that out.
Swinging there. Just outside. Outside again.
I think it was ball 4. No,
Full
3.
count.
Oh.
And now ball 4 to Jordan Rice. So bases loaded. The marathon inning continues. Cyclones just trying to get one more out.
Jordan Rice going against the swinging on the 3-ball count and has been getting a lot of walks.
And that with that pitch, that's pitch 100 in this game for Zane Phillips.
pitch he pulled out of there.
Peter McNeil only has 33 pitches. But 0-2 opportunity to put him away. That ball is going back, and that's a grand slam. Opens this game wide open. 13-2 now the score.
Like I said, just when Zane had maybe a couple opportunities to get out of here, all of a sudden it's been made so much worse. Absolutely walled that one straight line drive to left center. Great contact, swerving as well.
And there is no run limit in the third inning. This Cyclones team needs to get one out, no matter how they're going to do it. Ball one. 1-0 count. 1-1. Yeah, Max arguing for a strike there, but it did hit him.
Trying to help out his pitcher any way he can.
Interesting spin there. Had a chance to get out of the foul ball zone. 1-2. Just outside. Fouls it off. Trying to get it to roll fair. And this Cyclones team, they're going to have to figure out how to get through these game twos. Max starting to figure it out pitching, but game two stars has always been an issue for this team. As that ball's in play, and I don't know what Jackson's doing. It's like the worst defense I've ever seen by a first baseman. Every time the ball's hit, he takes a step towards it. You just can't be doing that. You got to give your team an opportunity. With 2 outs especially, just get to first and that ball's in play, and now he goes to first base. Good job for the out, and that'll end the inning. Marathon, top of the third, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. Cyclones trying to get a little momentum here, but they need 11 to tie this game up. So here we go. Jackson Carr will lead it off. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a walk. And an error. Stingers talking a little strategy over there.
They just want to have a clean inning. Peter's been pitching well. You mentioned the pitch count difference. Been a while since he's been pitching. They had such a big inning. Jackson Carr's made good contact tonight, so he.
That ball is popped up and caught for the first out. Quick out number 1.
Max wants the inside scoop of what Peter's been pitching. Says he didn't go there. Peter's pitched well against Max tonight.
Did finally get a single there against Peter. His last at bat. 3-0.
Will he go with the green light, which has been the theme of the night?
That's a 4-pitch walk. Zane Phillips will step in. One out here in the bottom of the third. 13-2 the score. Stingers most likely, knock on wood, will win this game. Get their record back to 500. Curveball misses outside, 1-1.
Big hack from Zane there.
Hits him there, 2-2.
And did a good job to keep the bat out of the way. Once
Hits
again.
him on the back again.
Full count.
Outside, back-to-back walks. And Jackson Carr will step right back in. Still do have Jordan Rice if Peter McNeil can't figure it out. Jordan Rice pitched only game 1. Peter McNeil pitched game 2 and 3 thus far. Strike right down the middle. That ball's in play just past Peter McNeil. And he got him with the deke.
Oh, he should have just gone home.
Veteran move right there from Jordan Rice with the deke over to first. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Got him with the fake and the hesitation. If he's going to round third there, I think he's just got to commit to going home. Two outs now. There's a big play from Jordan.
Now coming in to hit. Unfortunately, sees that pitch. 0-1. Cyclones up to their final out. 1-1. Two and 1 count here. Runners on first and second. That's a nice pitch right there. Evens the count, 2-2. Got him. Strike 3, and that'll end the game. The Stingers take the finale.
Disgusting
13-2. And that'll do it here from Edmonds, Washington. Cyclones takes game at 1 and 2. Finish with a 2-4 record going into week 3. Stingers back to 500, 3-3. We'll see you next Monday for Aces and Forcers. Good night, everyone.